Willkommen. Today, I'm going to teach you how to do the cheat 720 hook. It is a fundamental in tricking, and if you want to learn how to hyperhook, if you want to learn how to do these higher level kicking variations, the cheat 7 is essential. So let's get started. First, I want to go over a progression for the cheat 720. And we can do a cheat 720 if we understand the tornado kick and the step over hook. Those are our prerequisites. So a tornado kick is essentially doing the cheat setup, which is stepping forward, pivoting, and once I get here, I just jump and do a round kick. That's a tornado kick. So we're gonna do that same setup, but we're going to do a hook kick instead. So to prepare for that, we're gonna train the step over hook. So instead of starting my hook where it normally starts in a front side stance, kicking and sweeping across the target, I'm now gonna start in a backside stance, step one leg in front like I'm gonna kick, and then I'm gonna step over and hook. Nice and chill, we're just gonna do that step over hook. Now we're gonna do that same thing, but from the cheat setup. We're gonna do that cheat stepping forward, pivoting, and once we get to this motion, we're just going to step over, hook. Not too crazy, not too challenging, and when it's done right, it should look something like this. That said, when people are first learning the cheat 7, it looks more like this. It looks like a nice slow step. Not too crazy. It is starting with the trick looking okay, and then working with the trick until it looks good. That makes tricking progression safe, fun, and relatively easy if we know what we're doing. Let's talk about the arms. Our arms are essential for making this trick look good and looking nice and solid. When I do a cheat 7 and when I do any hook kick, I'm moving my arms in opposition of the kick. Boom! And it's that left arm kind of elbowing to the side as that kick comes across that makes the kick stick out a lot more and also gives it far more power. Boom! That kick is a lot different from this one where I'm just not using that upper body as I could be. It's that boom, that elbow out to the side that can make a hook kick look far, far better. And that's the kind of hook we want to do when we do the cheat 720. To single pump or to double pump? That is the question that I want to answer with you guys. When we do a single pump, basically we're just doing that first pump with our left leg. It looks like this. Notice how my right leg, the entire time I did that, stayed relatively straight. Now I'm gonna double pump. So instead of just pumping in the beginning, I'm gonna pump once with the cheat setup, twice with where the tornado kick, the 540, the round kick would normally be, and then I'm going to execute the kick. Making a cheat 720 with the double pump technique is way better looking and can often make the progression for things like the jackknife far easier than if I just did the single pump. So when you're training your cheat 720, highly recommend doing a double pump. Let's go over the inversion in a little bit more detail. When we do a normal hook kick, my chest is not perfectly straight up. You can even tell on that one I leaned back automatically. That little bit of lean that we do when we do a hook kick goes a long way in getting the chest and the leg positioned in the right place to execute the kick. If I over lean, it looks like this. Like I just dip my chest all the way to the floor. And if I under lean, it's really hard to get that leg all the way up to meet its target. We want to lean back just a little bit, just enough to where we can get that kicking leg nice and high and control our chest on the landing. It is not doing a full lean back and it's not staying straight up like a pencil. When we do that cheat setup, we swing our arms at a little bit of an angle and that angle gets carried into the cheat 7 or whatever kick we're doing out of the cheat setup. Whew. That one was definitely not my best, but finding the right amount of lean and finding that right place where we're able to execute the kick will go a long way in making it look a lot better and look a lot more artistic and less static. We don't want to be super robotic. We want to be a little fluid and move with the trick. That one felt way better. When we are doing a trick, we don't want to overthink it, but we cannot underthink it either. There's like a right level of thinking for our head to be where we're able to compartmentalize the trick, which is just a series of movements into one thing. So instead of thinking, starting in a backside stance, I step in front to a front side stance and then I pivot around while doing the first pump of the knee. I'm then going to jump off this base leg as I lift my arms and pump this leg up so that way I can do the second pump and turn all the way over for the hook kick. That is a lot of thinking, and it's going to be hard to think about all those things as we're doing a trick, because a trick happens very, very fast. It's not a slow moving skill. None of tricking is. So we want to compartmentalize that giant technique into smaller parts. So all of my cheat setup is just the cheat setup in my brain. So I think cheat, and my body does that. Being able to associate a series of movements with a specific name will help the brain compartmentalize everything it needs to think about tricking at just the right level. So when it comes to the cheat 720, in my brain I think cheat, step over hook. Because once I'm here, the end of the cheat setup, all my body needs to do is step over, hook. And if I can think cheat, step over hook, or cheat, spin, 360 hook, either of those makes the brain appreciate the trick way more, and it makes it easier to understand and easier for the body to perform once the brain figures out what it's doing. A lot of tricking, especially early on, is very physically challenging, but not that technically demanding. The cheat 7 is the opposite of that. It is technically very difficult, and to execute it with really good technique takes time, it takes training, but physically, it's not too bad. That's why it's a green belt trick. It's not that much physicality required for me to do this. But for me to do that while making it look good, while making it look crisp, while making the hook kick look like it's gonna fly up and smack across a target, does take a lot of technique, a lot of discipline. It just takes time to go from a lower level looking trick to making that same trick look very high level. It takes time, it takes repetition, and when it comes to the cheat 7, it's a green belt trick. It's not that physically demanding. That said, it can be technically pretty challenging to get all the right elements looking proper. Whew. I love that kick. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions on the cheat 7 or any of the other tricks that I've covered in the belt series, please leave them in the comments down below. I'll get to as many as I can, and have a lovely day. Do good things.